Hello everyone, my name is Kingsford Uram Foley, a student of BYU Pathway Worldwide. I'm pursuing Cloud Server Administration in Term 6, 2025. This is week 3, and we're about to do the assignment 3.8, which is proof, that is promoting your virtual server, your Windows server virtual machine to a domain controller. So without further ado, let's look at the instructions here. It says prepare your VM, which is ensure your Windows Server 2023-2025 VM is running in Azure. Make sure you can connect to it using the remote desktop protocol, the RDP. So first instruction, let's head over to Azure, since that's where we are, that's the virtual machine we are supposed to use, our virtual machine in Azure Cloud Services. So I'm going to open my Azure so I've already here signed into my Azure Cloud Services, so let's now connect to our virtual machine to confirm my Azure Cloud Services. This is it. I click on my virtual machine, which is fully here. We could either connect by Bastion, but it says we should connect with our remote desktop protocol, which is the RDP. So I've already downloaded a file from my virtual machine, the RDP file, which is on my desktop here. So let's connect to our virtual machine through the RDP. Great, we are in a virtual machine in Azure through the RDP. So let's head over to the instructions again. Since we have now signed into the Azure virtual machine through RDP, we've done that. Now the next one says promote your server to a domain controller. It says here, open your server manager, click the add roles and features, follow the wizard selecting the Active Directory domain services role. When prompted, choose to promote your server to a domain controller. Select add a new forest, enter the root domain as ensign.com, set a strong directory service restore mode, DRSM password, and here it gives us a warning that if we do not remember, we might not be able to get in or hack back into our virtual machine. Allow the installation complete, and then to complete, and then the server will restart on its own. So now let's go to our RDP, our server through which we connected by RDP, and then we come here. It says manage. We go to the top right corner, which says manage. Then remember the instruction says we should add roles and features. So let's click add roles and features. This is like a prompt telling us we are coming to install something important, such as network settings and all that, administrative account and all that. So let's click next. Role-based and feature-based installation. Yes, that's what we were asked to do, not remote desktop services installation. We're not asked to do an RDP installation, remote desktop service installation. So we just go to next, and says here select a server or virtual hard disk on which to install roles and features. We only have one server, which is the Foley. If there were other servers here would have chosen which one we wanted to, but since this is the only one, we click next. Then it says, since it says install the Active Directory services, this is it. We click that one specifically. Now it's telling us what other features are going to be installed once we install the Active Directory services. So we click add features, then we click next. We click next again. We could add features like BitLocker encryption and all those things, but Active Directory is what we are doing, so let's just go ahead and install our Active Directory. Just install our Active Directory, and go. All right, now it says here we can opt for this restart the destination server automatically if required. So we are going to, once we do that, we got a prompt that it will start without our permission. So let's click yes, and then we click the install. Now our Active Directory installation has begun. This might take some minutes, so I'm going to pause the video until when the installation is done, then we'll continue from there. Now our installation has finished. It says here configuration required. Installation is succeeded on fully the virtual Windows server. So and let's go back to the next. We see here our Active Directory is here, so let's go back to the next instruction. After that, it says we should okay, after we've added, now it says we should follow the wizard and then choose to promote the server to domain controller. So remember, we are supposed to do that, and up here we see a prompt here like a notification. So let's click on that. We see here promote server to a domain controller. So let's click that. It's asking us select deployment operation, whether we want to add it to add a domain controller to an existing domain. We do not have that. Add a new domain to an existing forest. So let's say the third one here, add a new forest. Let's choose that one. Remember, we were given a forest name to apply. So let's go there. It says here, inside.com, add a new forest, remember, and then it says enter the root domain name. So let's copy this inside.com, go back to our installation, paste it there, then next. Here we basically, it's asking us if we want to install like a read-only domain controller. No, that's not what we want to do. We want to install with a domain name server, DNS server, and a global catalog, the GC. So, and here it says type the directory service restored mode, DRSM password. Remember, we were told to put a strong password which we can remember. So if we do not remember this, we might not be able to log or hack back into the server. So let's remember this password as we created, then click next. Click next again. It's trying to verify the net BIOS. Yes, the net BIOS, it says Ensign. It has found it. So let's go. Click next. Yeah, basically, if we had other let's say drives that we could store all of these files separately on it, would be good, but it's just a demo installation. So let's just click next. Since if you want to sort of maybe print this as a script or something later for installation, we can do that, but let's just click next. And then all these warnings, things that might happen and all that. So let's just all prerequisites check passed successfully, and it says click install to begin installation. So we go, click it, success. Take a few minutes, so I might have to pause the video again. Pardon me. Welcome back. So it says before we log in again, our installation had to restart. So the RDP shut down before and the third one says log in as a domain administrator. So here, when logging in via RDP, before typing in your username, make sure to type the name Ensign / before your username. For example, Ensign / administrator. So let's do that. Let's copy this and then go sign in with Ensign coming before the username. Yeah, it looks like we can edit it. Let's see if there are more devices. Use a different account. Okay, let's connect by this and see if that works. So Ensign / 202233, and then let's put in a password. Okay, looks like it worked. So let's see here. So now let's go back to the instructions here again. This is okay. After the restart, when you log in via RDP, make sure you explicitly specify the domain name. Verify that you are logged in as a domain administrator using both the GUI or GUI, graphic user interface, and the command line interface method described. So how to check your current login using the GUI graphic user interface. Open task manager, users tab. Then the user column will show the account you are currently logged in with. If the account is formatted like ensign.your username, it is a domain account. It is formatted like computer name / domain. So let's go back to that. So now let's go to the account, the graphic user interface. Let's click the users. I don't know if we did it right. I don't think we did it right because it's not showing here like that. So let's go back and try terminal method and see if we can verify if you are logging in as. Okay, it says we should type in who am I. So let's go back there and type in who am I. Okay, looks like by the CLI method we have it here, ensign //fully223. So let's verify the other one too. Then we go to the users tab. We do not see that here, but for some reason, hold on, let's go back here and task manager. Okay, and then users tab. The user column will show the account you are currently logged in with. If the account is formatted like ensign.your username, it is a domain account. If it is formatted like computer name, okay, it's a local account. So let's now go back there and see if we can get our it's not showing as ensign. Okay, I have to pause the video here and see what's wrong. So as we can see in the command prompt, it has given us we tried doing the GUI. So let's try it again by typing task manager here. Task manager, yes, we see it here, it's opened. Let's go to the users tab, then let's click on this and see if our manage user accounts. Yes, we can see here also the /fully, which means our account here is a domain controller, because the instructions here says that the output should show /our username, which we've proven here. Both in the command line interface and the graphic user interface, which is by the task manager method. We see it here. Okay, so looks like we've done what we are supposed to do. Yeah, and so thanks for doing this with me. I hope it wasn't too boring to watch. So thank you.